Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the TAP, the Totally Awesome Podcast. So bad it'll make you tap out by the end of it. I'm joined with, it's me, JoshAgeddon, and I'm joined with Skyler.
Hello, I'm here for one reason, and that's to yell at you, Joshua, for liking the first half of the
Yeah, we are talking about the 2000 review event. Just going to give you a rundown, and also we are joined in spirit by Sean McCarty, the colonist, who will give his thoughts on the pay-per-view in a few. JoshAgeddon and Skyler.
By the way, just to be clear with Sean, he was so upset at Shayna Baszler losing the match that he couldn't come up with this show, and he's currently trying to pick up the pieces of his life.
Yeah, that is true. He's very.
That's why he needs a little bit of time to get his composure.
Please leave your thoughts and prayers for Sean McCarty, the colonist. He needs them right now. Okay, so yeah, what are your just overall general thoughts on the 2020 Royal Rumble?
So, I don't know if you know this, but the Royal Rumble match is probably my favorite gimmick match in WWE because it's just a fun match.
Mm-hmm.
And this year was no different.
Yeah. Me personally, I thought this was an okay show, an okay to good show, saved by an awesome main event. The main event, this was honestly kind of a one-match show, although there was some good matches before the Rumble. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty good show.
On a show with 8 matches, there are 4 of them that are notable,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of them are meh.
Yeah.
So do we want to even cover the pre-show matches?
I didn't watch it. Did you watch it?
I did not watch either of them. I will say this. It is good that Sheamus beat Chad Gable. I'm not using that WWE name. Forget about it.
Wait, who's Chad Gable? I forgot. You have to remind me.
Don't fuck with me right now. And then Andrade beating Carlito in the United States title match. That was also a good match from what I've heard.
Yeah, I have no idea. The colonist usually gives us his pre-show report whenever we do these, but he's here in spirit, so... But yeah, I thought the way the show kicked off was kind of weird. You'd think they would bookend the Royal Rumble, but they started with Roman Reigns versus King Corbin in a Falls Count Anywhere match. I mean...
They had to get King Corbin out of the way because I was not going to sit and watch that match.
Can you imagine having an entire Royal Rumble match and then sitting through a King Corbin match?
Exactly. That's why I didn't want to do it, so I'm glad they got it over with first.
That honestly might be why they put it on first, because it just felt kind of out of place for it to start the show.
Not only that, but I just felt like, I don't know, it was disjointed.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about the matches. I felt disjointed.
I thought it was kind of boring. I mean, there was some things in the match like I liked. Like I loved Roman Reigns just Samoan drop, just multiple Samoan drops through multiple tables over and over and over again. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was a good spot.
Yeah.
What did you think of the porta potty spot?
Okay, first off, it was ruined immediately because Michael Cole referred to the porta potty as a structure. Not even...
I mean, he's not wrong.
Oh, speaking of Michael Cole, like 10 seconds into the match, I already wanted to strangle Michael Cole because he had the audacity to say that Baron Corbin is one of the greatest athletes in the WWE. Fuck off. Just piss off, okay? Like, I thought Corey Graves was the heel dick sucker. That just really got on my nerves. Michael Cole was really getting on my nerves in this match. First off, Baron Corbin...
You mean the show, right?
Yeah. Well, just this match is when it really bothered me. The only other time during the show that he bothered me was when Edge made his grand return, and Michael Cole was like, "Oh my!" Like he always does.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of...
Too bad we couldn't get George Takei because that would have been a better one.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah,
Roman Reigns wins, blah, whatever.
Yeah. I feel like the finish was really weak.
That's what it was. You have a blood feud, and you have that finish.
Yeah, it was just... It was kind of... It's more because the spear was so gentle. I get it, they're on a platform and they don't want to die. But still, it was the most gentle spear I've ever seen in my life.
You mean a hug tackle?
Yes, it was a hug tackle, not a spear. So yeah, Roman Reigns defeated King Corbin. Hopefully this feud is over. No more dog food, please, for the love of God.
Now, actually, when we get onto the show later, I'm going to talk about Roman Reigns because there's something I want to suggest to you, but we'll get to that later.
I just want to have feuds where it's not super.
That's the thing.
But yeah,
for a second here.
Roman Reigns won. No one really cares. Just hope this feud's over. All right. Up next was
By the way, on Wikipedia it says it's 21 minutes and 20 seconds.
Jesus Christ, that's about 15 minutes too long.
It was the longest non-Rumble match on this pay-per-view.
Why? It was the first match, and it was like they're going long. Why?
You could have cut out 5 minutes.
You could have cut out the entire match, but that's beside the point. It was all right. It wasn't bad. It was just long and just seemed to go on forever, and the finish was kind of weak. It was all right. Up next was the 30-woman Royal Rumble match, and not gonna lie, I thought this match was okay, but the finish made me just feel like it was just pointless.
Okay, so this match, I actually like this one better than the men's match because of the flow. I felt like it had a better flow.
Okay.
So we start with Alexa Bliss number 1 and Bianca Belair number 2, and that's okay. We have an interesting matchup.
Awesome in this match. She was awesome in this match.
Yep. And then we have Mighty Molly, Nikki Cross, then Lana, Mercedes Martinez, Sonya Deville, Kairi Sane, Mia Yim, Dana Brooke, Tamina. If you notice, I'm going very fast for a reason.
Yeah, because it's 30 names.
Because we get to number 16 after Dakota Kai and Chelsea Green, and the whole first half of this match is establishing Bianca Belair as a freight train.
Yeah.
And she was star of the first half of this women's Royal Rumble match. Because she eliminated 8 women.
Yeah.
I especially love that spot with Alexa Bliss on the apron.
Oh my God! Yes, that was the best spot of the match.
Huh?
That was the best spot of the match, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was an amazing spot where Alexa Bliss is holding on to her hair for dear life and trying to pull her out, and Bianca Belair just uses her hair as a whip, pulls Alexa Bliss into the ring post.
And, like, not only that, but she, like, dove into the ring as she was pulling. Not only did she eliminate Alexa Bliss, but she saved herself all in one motion. It was awesome.
Exactly. And the thing about it is that next woman up is Charlotte. And that's kind of where the second half of the match begins.
Yeah. When Charlotte came out, it was like, well, that was fun while it lasted.
Yep, and then Naomi and Beth Phoenix come out, and then after that, Bianca Belair gets eliminated by Charlotte.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I think Bianca Belair, she has a title match against Rhea Ripley. I don't see them taking the title off Rhea Ripley.
No.
But I feel like this is like a semi-call-up. Like, once she does that match against Rhea, I think she's main roster full-time.
I would say that I would like that, but I love the NXT women's roster, and I do not care at all about the main roster for the women. So I'm kind of I would love for Bianca to just stay in NXT, but you know.
No, you need to put her on Raw and SmackDown because this Rumble more than any other showed how thin the women's division is.
Oh my God, yes. Like at least 70% of the match was people that were either retired or NXT.
Right, and the thing about it is that as much as I love seeing Molly Holly, when she is making 2 out of 3 appearances in Rumbles, it loses the nostalgia value.
Did she get hurt early in the match? Because she went for a jumping neck breaker and landed right on her head, and she was never like quite right after that because it looked really nasty.
Who was the neck breaker on? Was it on Bianca?
I can't remember, but I remember she did do like a running neck twist and landed on her head, and I was just like, ooh.
Yeah, because it was a really weird, awkward neck breaker. I think it was Bianca. She didn't take it right.
Yeah. So, okay, speaking of, you mentioned Tamina a second ago. I'm going to skip a little bit ahead. I died laughing when Tamina got in the ring. No secret, everyone knows this. Tamina's awful. She's a terrible professional wrestler. When she got in the ring, she super kicked Dana Brooke and then just started slipping sliding all over the ring. She almost tripped over. And I'm just like... did you notice that when she kicked Dana Brooke and she just started sliding all over the place like she couldn't get her footing?
It was probably because she thought it was a slip and slide.
Like, I don't know if it was because she just lost her balance or because Dana Brooke is also terrible and after she was almost rolled underneath Tamina as she was trying to back up, and like she stepped all in Dana Brooke's hair, probably ripped a little bit of Dana Brooke's hair out. His name is Tamina.
I don't blame Dana Brooke on that one, because how do you have a good match with Tamina?
I know, but like maybe she should have rolled out of the way after that super kick a little bit away.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, Tamina just slipping and sliding all over the place was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. That was hilarious.
But going back to the women's booking, because there's an obvious tier. There's the 4 horsewomen at the top.
Yeah.
Then there's the second tier of Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Kairi Sane, and who's that other one I can't think of? Oh yeah, Ronda Rousey.
Oh yeah.
And then there's everyone else.
Who was not on the show tonight, and neither was Sasha Banks. Very surprising.
Sasha Banks was injured.
Oh yeah, didn't she like roll her ankle or something?
She rolled her ankle because Dana Brooke is really terrible at swanton bombs.
Every time I see Dana Brooke come out to the ring, I'm just like, why Tamina? Why Dana?
Anyone else?
That is true.
After Charlotte comes in, we get all the other women. We get to number 29.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear God. I honestly
I called this, and I didn't expect it to happen. We go 28 slots. I'm like, okay, it's probably not going to happen. And 29 happens. Santina freaking Marella.
Oh my God. I did not know how to react to this. And Skyler actually sent me a screenshot of a group chat he was in. He's not lying. He did predict this. He used big brain.
Because I heard Santina was in town, and I was like, what's the most? Put a man in a woman's dress and have him wrestle as a woman.
The best part of that was the fact that he was in between Natalya and Beth Phoenix, and he just pulled out the cobra'd himself, and fell out of the ring. And I'm just like, that's the most Santino thing I've ever seen in my life. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I feel like, they harder before the series started coming out because Shayna Baszler was 30.
But I will say the funniest thing in the match was when Mandy Rose almost got eliminated, and she lands on Otis, who's just outside the ring laying down for no reason except to catch Mandy Rose. And he's just there. And I'm just like, where did he even come from? Like, was he just camping out under the ring this whole match, just waiting for Mandy Rose to go on one side? I just busted out laughing.
No. He was out in the match. He came out about halfway through when she came out and was supporting her the whole time.
Oh, I never noticed her. Oh, that ruins it a little bit, because it's funnier if he's just not there, and then all of a sudden he just appears.
No. It would have been too hard to time that.
Yeah.
And then Sonya Deville is thrown over the ropes, and they all land.
Yeah.
Before we get to the Shayna Baszler stuff, did you see the spot where Beth Phoenix got bloodied up?
No, I did not, but I did notice after a while, good God, her hair's turning red. Like,
yeah, apparently, I think it was from a Charlotte Flair punch. I'm not sure when it happened.
Yeah.
But, God, she was bleeding, and props to that woman for working that match, because she was in there for a long time.
Yeah, she's tough. She is the Glamazon.
Yeah, I mean.
And you see what you see what she deals with later in the match. She has one shredded beefcake to keep her company. That is her companion in life. Anyway.
I mean, oh yeah, all right. By the way, what did you think when Shayna Baszler come in and she just wrecked shit over everyone?
I loved it. I loved it when she was like, she had Selena Vega. That was hilarious. Although I do think Shayna Baszler should have won the match, it would have been much more interesting than what they went with. I don't hate Charlotte. I just don't care.
Now, do you want to know something?
Okay.
They changed the match winners around January 14th.
Yeah, I heard. And it was originally supposed to be Roman Reigns that won the Men's Royal Rumble.
And Shayna Baszler winning the Women's.
Yeah.
But there was a reason that they changed it, and it was because they thought it would be too predictable.
They thought Shayna would be more predictable than Charlotte.
Well, the reason why was because everyone was making the Shayna Baszler thing, and they decided to go with Charlotte because you should have a marquee name win. Not that Shayna didn't deserve it, but...
You know, sometimes the predictions...
Hello? Joshua?
Yeah? I'm still here.
So, you cut out. again, I'm assuming the Fiend's coming for me anytime.
Yeah, he might be attacking me too, but I'll enjoy it. But anyway, I was saying that sometimes the predictable choice is the correct one, and I feel like this was one of those occasions. But they went with Charlotte because they just felt they needed to have an established person win, and I'm just like, Charlotte's fine. I just don't care. She's been used so much that I just don't care anymore.
Exactly, and the problem is that the way things are shaking out, you go Charlotte Becky.
That's another reason why I don't care. We've seen Charlotte and Becky several times.
Or do you go Charlotte Bayley?
We've also seen that several times.
Even if Sasha Banks wins it, it's Charlotte and Sasha Banks.
For the 18 quintillionth time.
So, again, I would have agreed with you. I think Shayna should have won. They set up a Survivor Series with the tension between Shayna and Becky. Mm-hmm. You could have built that storyline.
That's right, I forgot about that. Why didn't the... Okay, now I'm mad. You just reminded me of that.
I wonder, though, if they're still going to involve Shayna, because...
They may lead to some kind of triple threat at WrestleMania.
I wouldn't mind a triple threat.
I would rather have Shayna versus Becky one-on-one, but they have to cram Charlotte in there every single... But that's besides the point. Charlotte won. No one really cared. Everyone was angry. That was the Women's Royal Rumble. It was all right. Yeah, you can just feel our enthusiasm.
So, let's move on.
This was probably the worst match on the show. I didn't think it was awful, but it was definitely like not even like the curtain jerker of a Raw or SmackDown, just like middle of the show. That's what this match was. It was Bayley versus Lacey Evans for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Lacey Evans does not belong in titles matches. I'm sorry.
So I'm not going to lie. At this point in the show, I went to go use the bathroom. I went to go get dinner. And by the time I came back, they were already doing the promo for the next match.
Oh! I forgot to mention. Speaking of bathroom, during the Women's Royal Rumble, the way I watch wrestling shows is I use Watch Wrestling, which compiles what you're watching into that I was watching. Lana came out, but the audio cut off. Cut out.
Pay $9.99 for the network.
So that's not an option. I would rather illegally stream it and have the police come to my house and give me a scolding while I accidentally put viruses on all of my technology. But yeah,
lucky, the police may be the fashion police, and they'll give you some fashion advice while they're arresting you.
They would be disgusted with me. They would just absolutely be disgusted with me. But yeah, I thought it was hilarious that Lana came out with a microphone, and when she came out, my audio just went completely silent, and I was like, thank God for technical difficulties.
Okay. But, I don't know, should we even want to talk about the Bayley-Lacey Evans match, or you just want to move on?
I just want to note that, one, Bayley looked really hot. Heel Bayley is just gorgeous. I love her hair. And there was a horrendous botch in the middle of the match. Lacey tried to go for some kind of springboard, but slipped and literally became a human tornado. And it was just super clunky. And I'm just like, what? And then she went for the finish of the match, going for that springboard moonsault that she does, and I was like, please don't. She didn't screw it up, and that was the end. No one really cared. It was, like, as you said, a piss break match. It wasn't very good.
Now, on to The Fiend versus Daniel Bryan in a strap match.
Thank God they got rid of the red light.
Oh, yes. It's the best Fiend match to date, and I wonder why.
Thank fucking God. Because we can see what's happening.
Exactly. Now, I have a question for you.
Okay.
How do you think they used the stipulation?
At first, I thought I was kind of worried that it would be touch all four turnbuckles, like most strap matches. Not gonna lie, I'm not very crazy about that.
JT, you mean like Shag Gaspar versus JTG, which is the last strap match in WWE?
And or CM Punk versus Umaga?
I forgot about that.
I have both of those on DVD. Both the Shad Gaspar JTG strap match and the CM Punk Umaga match on DVD. Don't ask.
But yeah, you're getting it for better matches, obviously.
Yes, obviously. No, I got that DVD for JTG's hair, and that. Honestly, JTG's hair was pretty cool in Extreme Rules 2010. I feel like we're getting a little sidetracked.
that's what happens when you have wrestling knowledge. You just flashback the matches that happened.
Yeah, flashback to JTG's flowing locks. But anyway, I thought they used the stipulation well. I don't really care for the four corners thing. I think it makes it feel more like a race than a match. But they beat the crap out of each other especially Daniel Bryan. Did you see Daniel Bryan's back after the match? It
was just ugly.
Yeah, he got messed up.
He was tenderized. You could probably serve him up on a barbecue.
Yeah. What a way for Daniel Bryan, the vegan, to go.
Yep. But when I was watching it, I was like, okay, how do you make a strap match interesting? Because he was amazing in this match.
He went for his running knee, and the Fiend caught him in midair with Sister Abigail. I jumped out of my chair. That was awesome. Who would have days better than Baron Corbin can? Because that's pretty much what it was. Skyler, you still there?
Sorry, I mean lunch. So.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that mid-air Sister Abigail was just phenomenal. That was the best spot. That was the best spot of the match.
For me, my favorite spot was when Daniel Bryan jumped to the outside with the strap with the Fiend outside.
Yeah, that was pretty good too.
Because that was dangerous, and he pulled it off pretty well.
And I also like how the Fiend, for the first time, did a mandible claw slam. So, like evolving the mandible claw to work for him, I guess you could say. Just making it a little bit, putting a new twist on the mandible claw.
That's what you gotta do with a wrestling move. You gotta take it. You gotta make it your own by doing something different from the original.
Mm-hmm.
So we all love the original mandible claw, but this one was improved.
Yeah. But yeah,
and it makes sense that you break it out for a high-profile match.
Oh yeah. But and the crowd was very much like, aside from the Men's Royal Rumble, this was what the crowd was really into for most of the night. But that's because Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan are freaking awesome, and put them in the ring together, magic happens. Although I will say this was nowhere near as good as their Royal Rumble 2014 match, but still, it's pretty good.
Different characters at different times, because these are two completely different guys. I mean, this was pre-Yes Movement Daniel Bryan, which they brought back that character storyline.
Yes, I do like that they referenced it in the video package.
This was a match that pretty much was the evolution of these two characters.
Mm-hmm. Really good stuff.
I love the finish where Daniel Bryan is trying to hit the Fiend, and the Fiend is just like, no, you're done. And he does one giant Sister Abigail and ends it.
Yeah. And I also love
the strap, and he hits him in the chest, and it does nothing.
Yeah. And you see what the strap is doing to Daniel Bryan's back, but the Fiend just stands there like, yeah, and I also loved the label lock with the strap assisted. If this was not a PG show, we would have got him trying to strangle him with the strap. But this is a PG show, so you can't do that. So you take what you can get, I guess. But it was still a cool visual.
I mean, the last time that happened, Daniel Bryan got fired, so he didn't want to get fired again.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I mean, he has a daughter. He has a daughter now. He has to pay for her bills.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, man. But yeah, The Fiend versus Bray Wyatt. 2 big thumbs up. That was, so far, best thing on the show.
Wait, hold on. The Fiend versus Bray Wyatt?
The Fiend versus Daniel Bryan. You know what I'm trying to say.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. That's a great WWE 2K20 match.
Ugh.
Make it happen.
Yeah, if the game doesn't glitch out and turn off, but that's a discussion for another day. I
have a question for you.
Okay.
This is pretty much the end of the Daniel Bryan Bray Wyatt feud, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You don't see them going on beyond this?
No, this is Bray Wyatt's beaten him clean twice, so I think
that leads into another question I have.
Okay.
So the Fiend's MO so far is to target people who have wronged Bray Wyatt in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So far, the 3 major ones are Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, and Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
The Miz was an accessory to the Daniel Bryan story.
Mm-hmm.
Who's his next target?
Roman Reigns.
I was thinking the exact same thing you were.
Yep. I mean, who else?
And the other thing, too, is that I actually like it that Roman Reigns didn't win the Royal Rumble.
Oh, me too. Me too. I love Roman, but
No, but there's a reason why. Because if Roman Reigns won, he would have to make the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And I want The Fiend to go up to Roman Reigns and challenge him.
Yeah, that would be better. That would be better.
Because, of course, we all remember the Anyone But You Roman storyline that Bray Wyatt had.
Oh, yeah. They had a pretty good Hell in a Cell match back in 2015. That was a really good Hell in a Cell match.
But imagine The Fiend versus Roman Reigns now.
Ooh, that would be fun. I would absolutely want The Fiend to win and Roman to lose, but I would be happy. I would be fine if Roman won.
I actually think that would be their WrestleMania program. I think that's what they're going to build towards.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to have Roman Reigns win the Elimination Chamber to become number one contender, and then have The Fiend attack him afterwards. So that'll be the build for WrestleMania.
Here's a SmackDown. Oh, no, never mind. It's not SmackDown.
All right, so up next was Becky Lynch versus Asuka for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. The crowd was exhausted for most of the match, but I thought it was really good.
The last year's match was better.
That is true. That is true. Well, to be fair, they had a much more alive crowd because they started the show last year. So, but still, yeah, it was a better match last year, but I still thought this match was pretty good.
I'm not saying that it wasn't a bad match. Like, this was a very good match.
Mm-hmm.
It just had the follow of a really spectacular match, and that's what hurt it.
Yeah, and the crowd was tired.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm going to say this. There's one spot in this match that's dumb, and I'm sure you know which spot it is.
Okay.
The one involving the referee.
What was it? I can't remember.
So Becky Lynch is on the ground after taking a hit from Asuka, and I think she has him in a submission.
Mm-hmm.
And the referee is about to call the match because Becky Lynch is too hurt to wrestle.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And Becky Lynch grabs the left ref's leg and says no.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's because, to be fair, Asuka kicked the shit out of Becky Lynch. Although Becky Lynch did have her arm up, she still got the shit kicked out of her and sold it like she was having a seizure. And the referee was like, maybe I should stop this because she isn't responding. And Becky's like, nope. I feel like this would have worked with a different crowd or a more energetic crowd. But since the crowd was kind of it didn't really work that well.
The problem with this is that it was a direct copy of the Rhea Ripley-Shayna Baszler title match from NXT a month ago. Where Rhea Ripley's in the cure for the clutch and she stops the ref from counting her out.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Because
that was a better match.
Yeah.
And it was a better spot.
Well, no shit, it's NXT.
Obviously, the storytelling's better.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind the spot. I just feel like WWE, I have a memory.
Yeah.
I remember what happened a month ago. I remember what happened 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Well, please.
I remember what JTG's hair looked like 10 years ago. But that more speaks that I have issues more than anything else.
Well, I mean, that hair is delicious, boy, so...
Oh, yeah, I agree. Absolutely. I would love to have me some JTG hair soup. But anyway, yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match. That
was too far even for you.
Okay. And done. But I thought the finish... I liked the idea of the finish, but I think they may have screwed it up a teeny bit. I think what they were going for was Asuka's about to use the mist, but Becky does a spin kick to the face to knock her off her feet and spray herself in the face. Problem is, Becky accidentally only kicked Asuka in the stomach, but Asuka had to sell it like she got kicked in the face anyway. So it was a little awkward. It still worked, but it was kind of messy.
And folks, this is why you don't skip leg day. You gotta get that flexibility.
Becky needs to join her boyfriend on those CrossFit adventures. Get some more strength.
Yeah, because she needed to, in order for that spot to work, she needed to hit Asuka in the face or the chin, and it didn't quite work.
Yeah, she got her in the stomach. She needs to take lessons from Seth Rollins on how to get it up.
Actually, what would have been better is if she kicked Asuka and she fell down, and Becky grabbed the green mist and she used it.
I was actually thinking, what if they did the Will Ospreay spot where he kisses him but sucks his mist out and then spits it back in his face?
We're not doing lesbians right now. Please stop.
Actually, Lana and Liv Morgan would beg to differ, but we're not going to talk about that.
I was thinking AJ Lee, Nikki Bella, but that's another one.
That one was better, because at least that was for a distraction.
At least talent's not sexually transmitted.
Yeah, that is true. So yeah, I thought this match was alright. Not a bad match.
Yeah,
it would have been better with a different crowd.
It has the distinction of being the fourth good match in an 8-match card.
Yeah, that is true. It was much, much better than the SmackDown Women's Championship match.
Better than the Falls Count Anywhere match.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But on we go to the Men's Royal Rumble. Now
Okay.
go explain why you love Brock Lesnar so much.
Okay, let's just say that I enjoyed this Royal Rumble a lot, mostly because of the reactions online and in the audience. I love Brock Lesnar, and I love it when Brock Lesnar pisses people off. It's just wildly entertaining to me. So this is my new favorite Royal Rumble. I adored this match from start to finish. Although there were only 2 things in the match that I did not like. One, they brought back John Morrison in this, well, not in this Royal Rumble, but this is his first Royal Rumble back in several years, and he only lasted like 10 seconds. His elimination was cool, but he got jobbed out way too easily. And Baron Corbin threw out Matt Riddle. Fuck you, WWE.
Well, they did that on purpose.
I don't care that he had a backstage altercation with Brock Lesnar. Why in the world would you have Baron Corbin throw out Matt Riddle? Just why?
Because fuck you, Joshua.
And other than those 2 things, I love this match from start to finish.
Okay, but let's go number by number, because there's a specific thing that we need to talk about.
Okay.
So, I'm going to say what I liked about the first half of the match featuring Brock Lesnar, and then I'll shit on him. Okay? Is that fair?
It's only fair.
Most of the jobbers that he was facing off with were not going to win the match.
Yeah.
Like, none of the guys in the match that he eliminated were going to win.
Dude, before you continue, when MVP came out making his return, Brock Lesnar dancing to MVP's theme song is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. That was hilarious.
No, it's not, because we forget the boombox.
Oh my! I rewatched that several times because I just could not stop laughing. I love Brock Lesnar.
Okay, whatever. So let's hear. Elias dead. Eric Rowan dead. Robert Roode dead.
What is
Rob
with
Morrison,
Eric? What?
dead.
Wait! Hold. Time out. What is with Eric Rowan's briefcase sack thing? Because I don't watch Raw and SmackDown anymore. I don't know what's happening with that. Why does he have a satchel?
Okay, so essentially it's a cage with some sort of creature inside, and apparently, whenever he has a jobber match, the jobbers try and mess with him by pulling the cage, but they get scared off by whatever's inside.
That's so dumb.
And eventually they're going to reveal what's inside, and we're going to be very disappointed.
If it's not a big dildo, then I don't care. If it's a big dildo, that's the only way that it could work.
It needs to be the hand that Mae Young gave birth to.
Oh, what if it's the child of the hand that Mae Young gave birth to?
Oh yeah, that hand's fully grown, as we remember from Raw 1000.
Yeah, it needs to be Hand Junior.
Fing Jr.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
The John Morrison elimination doesn't bother me because his return already got spoiled, and he already made his return.
And at least the elimination looked brutal.
And he was not going to realistically win. Like, here's the thing about the Royal Rumble. At best, 5 people have a chance of winning the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
The other 25 are just filler. But you need that filler in order to get to the full match. So
Yeah.
you might as well do something with it with guys who aren't going to win. Now, when they get to 6, 7, and 8, which is Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio, and Big E, I like this part of the match because they're calling back to Brock's 2 last feuds with
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio and Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, and the crowd went nuts for Kofi.
I mean, I don't think Kofi's a one-time draw.
Oh, absolutely not. He got one of the biggest pops of the entire show.
Right, because we all know about the storyline of him getting screwed by Brock Lesnar, and we were hoping he could do it.
Yeah. And he gave Brock a nasty trouble in Paradise later in the match. He gave it to him and landed right on top of him after he did the move. And I was like, ooh, that was nasty.
Not to mention, seeing Big E hit the big ending on Brock Lesnar was just beautiful.
Oh, yeah. The way Brock Lesnar bumps is just... I love this man.
I know you do already. But here's my problem with it. After he eliminated these guys, we just started getting the same thing again. He's just burying guys. And this section didn't help because he buried 3 out of 4 guys I really, really like. He buried Cesaro, Shelton Benjamin, who gives a fuck.
They made Shelton Benjamin look like the biggest moron on planet Earth in this match.
Yeah. Shinsuke Nakamura, who got buried. MVP, who was one of my favorites, got buried. And then we get the Keith Lee.
Okay, one thing I want to mention before we get to Keith Lee. One of my favorite spots on the entire match was when Rey Mysterio, Big E Langston, and Kofi Kingston were in the ring. They tried to do a poetry in motion spot, but he caught Rey, slung him over the ropes. Then Brock Lesnar does poetry in motion. He leapfrogs, he uses Big E's back as a springboard and decapitates Kofi Kingston in midair. I replayed that at least 30 times. I loved it.
Okay, so here's the thing. You tease Keith Lee, and I would have been okay with that. And then you get Braun Strowman, and they takes him out. Just at this point, I was salty, and I didn't want to watch the match anymore. I was just done. When
Keith Lee came out, and he honestly knocked Brock Lesnar over. He also got a monstrous pop. Keith Lee's over. But so when Braun came out, and then they were trying to eliminate each other, Brock just came up and dumped both of them out. I'm not gonna lie, I busted out laughing. And I immediately went to Twitter just to see how angry everyone was, and I just could not stop laughing. I
was debating whether or not I was going to turn off the show at that point.
If they keep using Brock Lesnar like this, specifically to piss off the fans, he's going to become my favorite wrestler. So
okay, but here's the thing. I don't mind the Brock Lesnar dominance when it's in doses. This was half of the Royal Rumble match. Half. He had 13 eliminations.
This is where me and Skyler are going to have a difference of opinion. I enjoyed pretty much everything Brock did except for eliminating John Morrison.
And then we get the geek known as Ricochet coming out. He doesn't do shit.
Poor Ricochet. This poor man has so much talent, and he's just been sucked dry of everything about him by this company.
And then Drew McIntyre comes out. And,
Drew fucking McIntyre came out. And I guess on Raw, Brock Lesnar gave Ricochet a low blow, so Ricochet gave him a receipt. That led to the single greatest Claymore kick Drew McIntyre has ever hit. That Claymore was a thing of beauty.
And then he eliminates him.
Yeah, Brock goes flying out of the ring. The entire arena explodes. Booker T is screaming his head off on commentary. And I'm just like, that was amazing. That was a moment. That was an awesome moment right there.
And then Drew McIntyre faked Ricochet by tossing his fucking ass out.
Drew McIntyre launched this man into space. Ricochet's still flying off in the distance as we speak.
And then Drew McIntyre gets rid of The Miz, and at this point I was like, oh great, are they going to now have Drew McIntyre go on a Brock Lesnar run?
I kind of hoped that they would have, because that would have been hilarious. Just have Drew McIntyre kill everyone else. I would have been fine with it.
Whatever. And then we get AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler, Carl Anderson.
And then we had, I did not think the rumors were true. I was very skeptical. Edge comes out. And I'm just like, wow, he's actually back. The dude is shredded. Holy shit.
I see clearly.
Dude.
Edge is ripped as fuck.
He is ripped as fuck, dude. Holy crap. And even later in the match, Randy Orton was like, dude, you got shredded. When Randy Orton was complimenting Edge's abs later in the match, I just about fell out of my bed laughing because I love Randy Orton just breaking character and just being real with someone for a second. It was like, dude, you're even more shredded than I am. I just loved that so much.
No, I don't think it was Randy Orton breaking character. It's like making friends with Edge.
No, that too. You know what I mean. But I will say the one thing about Edge's return that sucked. He gets in the ring, goes to spear Dolph Ziggler, and the camera cuts away. Kevin Dunn, how are you this bad at your job?
So he's trying to get an audience reaction.
You already got like several audience reactions when his music hit and everyone went insane. You had enough audience cuts. But to do it mid-spear, his first spear back in a match in 9 years, and you cut away. What is wrong with you?
My only problem with that is that I hope they have alternative versions of it so we can see it for real.
I watched the version of Edge coming back on YouTube. They just completely cut out him spearing Dolph. They just went right to him spearing whoever it was that he speared. Who was it that he speared?
It was Carl Anderson.
Yeah, he gets in the ring and spears Carl Anderson, and Dolph Ziggler is just limping away for no reason. They just cut that entire part out because they knew how bad it looked.
You know what it is? It's that they knew that Edge fucked up Dolph Ziggler so much that they couldn't show it on TV.
Yeah, it's TV PG after all. But like, man, that was such a wasted opportunity right there. But Edge looked fantastic in this match.
And then the only problem is that the next spear is for AJ Styles, and AJ Styles does a fantastic bump.
Yeah.
But the problem is that he overshot it and he injured his arm.
Yeah, I read that he separated his shoulder. So they don't know if he's going to need surgery or not. And if he does need surgery, then that's a real shame. Because he took a hellacious bump for that spear. And honestly, I thought Edge messed up his shoulder on that. Because we've seen, the last time I saw a spear done like that, where it hurt someone, was when Caitlyn did it to AJ Lee. And the way AJ Lee bumped around her arm messed up Caitlyn's shoulder. So I was worried about both of them. But yeah, apparently AJ has a separated shoulder, which is not good.
If he needs surgery for that, then he can't be at WrestleMania because that's a 6 to 9 month recovery.
That would suck. I hope he's not. I hope it's not too bad.
Right, but you could tell they had to get him out. Like Baron Corbin comes out,
Mm-hmm.
he gives AJ a punch, and AJ tells him to go focus on someone else.
And
that's
then
AJ being the wise veteran, knowing that he can't keep going.
Yeah.
He tells the referee he has to get out, and then he goes over the Edge and tells him, "Get me out of the ring."
Yeah, and Edge just obliges and awkwardly throws him out, and everyone's like, great, AJ's hurt.
And the thing about it is that AJ tried to take it as soft as he possibly could.
Oh, yeah, that was another thing. He landed so delicately, you're like, yeah, something's wrong.
And especially the look on Edge's and Anderson's face.
Oh, yeah.
You could tell that AJ was supposed to stay in the match. From what I'm hearing, he was supposed to be in the match when Seth Rollins was surrounded by everyone.
Mm-hmm.
That's how far he was supposed to go. And he was supposed to get eliminated by Edge, so at least the right guy got him.
Yeah.
But he was supposed to last until the final 5.
Yeah. That's a shame. But then, who came out next? I can't remember.
Bro.
Out coming next is Fuck Joshua. Matt Riddle came out, did practically nothing, and then got tossed by Baron Corbin because Vince McMahon hates me.
Well, here's the thing. Vince McMahon had to fuck me over with Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro getting eliminated by your favorite Brock Lesnar.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
We have to have... Yeah, okay, whatever. And then we get Luke Gallows, Randy Orton, and I think the club kind of served their purpose when they got eliminated by Randy Orton.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved the rated RKO tease. They did a double RKO in this match, and it made me so happy.
And here's the good thing about this. So, after Randy Orton comes out at 25, we get Roman Reigns 26, Kevin Owens 27, Aleister Black 28, Samoa Joe 29, and at this point, I could make a case for all the guys in the ring winning.
Oh, yeah.
Which is great, because you need to have that unpredictability.
Thomas had Kevin Owens winning. Shout out to you, Thomas Robinson. Go subscribe to the Armbar Express on Twitter.
And then we get to the second part of the match I hated.
Uh-oh.
Seth Rollins coming out with this group.
Seth Rollins no longer a fan favorite. You hate to see it.
Fuck off.
Yeah. I mean...
And then he gets out Kevin Owens, he gets out Aleister Black, he gets out Samoa Joe, and that's just whatever.
And then his friends start brawling with the people they eliminated, and then he's just like, guys, come back, where are you going? I thought that was pretty funny. And then he tried to strike up a partnership with Roman Reigns, who responded with a Superman punch, and then he just got tossed out of the ring, so... Man.
No. Before he got tossed out, everyone kicked his ass.
Yeah, that is true. He got his ass kicked. Then he got thrown out, and everyone was like...
Which I'm just like, yes, do it. Fuck your Twitter.
Yeah. Good old Twitter fingers right there, just got his ass kicked, so... And then it came down to our final four. We had Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Edge, and Drew McIntyre. And
any one of those four could have won.
Oh, yeah. And I loved the interaction between Edge and Randy Orton. Randy Orton tries to attempt the RKO, but Edge sees it coming, and Randy's like, let's just work together a little bit more. Edge throws Randy Orton out, and Edge is like screaming at Randy, you think I don't know when an RKO's coming? I've been around, I know what's coming, kid. Just yelling at Randy Orton like, I saw that, I'm smarter than you, eat shit, bye. I loved it.
And then Randy Orton gets really pissed, like, fuck this.
Yeah, he's like, he even gave the over-exaggerated, and just waved his hand and left. I thought that was great.
Now, do you want to hear some other booking stuff?
Okay, sure.
Apparently, that's going to be the match at WrestleMania, Edge versus Randy Orton, and this is the start to that.
Okay. I'd be interested in seeing that. Nice little retro blast from the past.
Especially since we can't get an Edge versus AJ Styles match if AJ separated his shoulder.
Yeah, that's the thing. I would love to see Edge versus AJ Styles, but...
Although, did you hear the big news?
I know. Didn't Edge sign for 3 years?
He did. So maybe when AJ Styles comes back, we can get that feud.
Oh yes, let's go! I love Edge. That's my dad's favorite wrestler. I can only imagine what my dad thought when Edge came out.
Because we can get that match with AJ Styles' motivation being, you injured me and took me out of WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, that's good too. There's always a silver lining, ladies and gentlemen. That's if you want to take one thing away from this podcast, there's always a silver lining, unless Baron Corbin's involved. So, yeah. So then it came down to the final three. Roman Reigns tossed out Edge. Crowd was booing. We started to get some of the old Roman Reigns go-away heat of old because everyone thought he was winning. But thankfully, WWE did the right thing. He killed Roman Reigns with a Claymore kick and then tossed him out. Drew McIntyre wins the Royal Rumble. Just could not have picked a better winner for the Royal Rumble this year. But yeah, I thought this Royal Rumble match was spectacular. My favorite Royal Rumble was the 2009 Royal Rumble match. This is my new favorite. I thoroughly enjoyed every second. Except for the two things I mentioned beforehand.
Wasn't that the Randy Orton match?
Yeah, that was the one Randy Orton won, the first one he won when going into versus Triple H at WrestleMania 25. I love that Royal Rumble, but I think this one topped it for me.
Agreed. By the way, this Royal Rumble in particular wasn't very crowded. That's something I noticed with this Rumble. Yeah.
Oh, the 2009 one got ridiculously crowded.
Right. But it draws back to the 2010 Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you remember that one.
Oh, I have it on DVD.
But I think that was the one that Edge won when he came back from injury.
Oh yeah, he came out, speared Chris Jericho, speared John Cena, speared Shawn Michaels, and won by last eliminating Cena.
So we can even draw parallels back to the Rumble he won 10 years ago. He just didn't do it this time, but that's pretty great.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I remember that match because it never really got full because CM Punk was a big, giant elimination machine in the first half of that match.
Oh yeah, he was. When he was like, "Hey Zack Ryder, you want to join the Straight Edge Society?" and then just smacks Zack Ryder in the face with a microphone and throws his ass out. That was hilarious. And he gave Beth Phoenix the GTS in that match. Beth Phoenix was also in the 2010 Royal Rumble match. So many parallels.
It all comes back together.
Yes, sir. So yeah, what overall on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate this Royal Rumble, Skyler?
The pay-per-view or the show?
The show overall, the pay-per-view.
I give it a solid 7.
7 out of 10? Okay, for me, up until the Royal Rumble match, the main event, the men's Royal Rumble match, I was thinking maybe 6 out of 10, 6.5. It's a 6 out of 10 show with a 2-star, like with a 2. What I'm trying to say is after the main event, it became an 8 out of 10. The main event really saved the show for me. So yeah, I'm giving the Royal Rumble 2020 a 8 out of 10. Really enjoyed this show, especially the main event.
I feel like this is kind of a 3-match card. The 2 Rumble matches and the Fiend versus Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely go check out the Fiend versus Daniel Bryan. They finally got rid of the stupid light. Thank God.
So overall, now we're into WrestleMania season. Obviously, Drew McIntyre is going to go in against Brock Lesnar.
Oh, that's going to be a match right there. I want to see that so bad.
Well, you're going to see it. It's going to be at WrestleMania.
Oh, hell yeah.
How do you get there, though?
Not sure. They might have Drew feud with someone over his spots to go into Fastlane or Elimination Chamber and have Brock come out and kill him again. Have Brock... Oh, actually, I don't know if Brock's going to come out and do like a thing where he like beats the shit out of Drew McIntyre because Drew McIntyre is imposing. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. They might surprise us. I know what I just said. Leave me alone. But this gave me a teeny bit of hope.
I don't know.
I know it's foolish of me to have hope whenever I'm talking about WWE, but still.
How do you think they build to the other match then?
I think what I mentioned earlier, that Roman Reigns wins an Elimination Chamber match to become #1 contender for The Fiend, and after that The Fiend comes out and attacks him, and then they play off the anyone but you Roman storyline and add to it, and then off to the races we go. As for the women's side of WrestleMania, I do not care.
Oh wow, you're just dismissing them.
Completely. They had Charlotte win the fucking Rumble. I don't care. Unless they add Shayna Baszler as a triple threat match, I do not care.
I wonder if they build with Shayna Baszler attacking Charlotte with Jasmine Duke and Marina Shafir.
I don't know if I would.
And then Becky Lynch helps out Charlotte, and that's how we get to the Horsewomen. Maybe.
I have no idea, but...
I wouldn't mind it if they turned it into a triple threat match between those three.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would be the best way to get the title off of Becky, is to have Shayna Baszler beat Charlotte for it.
Not gonna lie, I don't think that they're gonna put the title on Shayna. I think they're gonna have Becky go the whole year.
You can't. You can't.
I mean, you might. They might.
Shayna Baszler is 40. Here's the thing. If you don't have much time on that body, especially because it was also an MMA, you gotta capitalize on her when you can, especially because of the Ronda Rousey factor.
Yeah.
Who I think is going to return at some point. I just don't know when, and I don't know how, but she's going to get involved in the storyline at some point.
Dude, how about this? Shayna wins the title at WrestleMania, and come SummerSlam, we have Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey for the women's title at SummerSlam. I'd be interested in that. It'd be different.
Okay, but I don't know.
All right, so those are our thoughts on the 2020 Royal Rumble. It's really just stay for the Universal title match and the men's Royal Rumble, and I guess the Becky Lynch Asuka match if you feel so inclined. But yeah, I thought it was a thumbs up show.
Solid stuff, WWE. Now go ahead and do it again next show, please.
Yes, please. Good shows from here on out to WrestleMania. Well, thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Good night.